Over the years, we have lots of conference titles, but the thing I'm always most proud of is the culture of the team.
When you join our team, like it is like getting sisters or joining a family. It's a very individual sport. Everyone swims individual races for individual points, but still having our teammates there to support us and cheer us on from the sidelines and just being our lane mates in practice, they're always there for us and they're always there to cheer us on. There's never a moment where I haven't felt supported or haven't felt like they have my best interests at heart or want to do something positive for me.
There's nothing like it than to see that kind of support and camaraderie amongst each other. It's awesome as a parent to know that your daughter's in good hands.
I don't think any parent ever wants to say, I have this kid and I'm going to take care of them, until they're 16 and then they got to take care of me. But that was kind of the experience that we started to live where, I really became dependent on my children for things.
My dad was in and out of the hospital starting when I was in like 6th grade.
I started having weird symptoms in my 20s. Weird dizziness spells, trouble sleeping, just, kind of unusual things. And every time I'd go see a doctor, they'd treat it like it was its own little silo. As time went on, I had like 8 or 9 different diagnoses of things that I was just trying to sort of live with.
He had fully lost the ability to walk. He was in the hospital for months. He couldn't drive anymore. His speech and motor movements were affected.
I had a lot of doctors saying, chronic pain and stuff, it's just gonna stay with you. It's gonna cause some weird problems. Don't worry about it. But we never really did stop worrying about it because I still had new symptoms popping up still. And it took us a long time to find some doctors who were really willing to sit down and listen to the whole picture and start to put all the pieces together and say, oh, look, we think that you have early onset Parkinson's, and it's possible that all these other things that you've kind of been diagnosed with along the way are tied into that.
When my dad was diagnosed, I didn't really know what Parkinson's was other than that Maddie's dad had it. My dad's diagnosis was very unexpected. He noticed a slight tremor in his hand and he didn't know what it was, so he went to a bunch of different specialists. It took a few doctors to figure out what the problem was.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. It was quite a shock. It didn't run in the family. It was out of nowhere.
Before all of this stuff happened, I was an attorney and actually met Chris as counsel to the employer that he was working for. So he was a client.
We knew each other 10 years ago. We worked together on something. So crazy full circle how we would both have the same diagnosis and be coming through this together.
He's been such a great resource for me, and I hope that I've been able to be one for him as well. But to have someone else as a friend who lives it every day, he knows the ups and the downs and the good days and bad days.
When my dad was first diagnosed, the only people I really had to talk to were my siblings. And then when Lorelei's dad realized that might have been the problem, she turned to me, we started talking more. And it's just been really amazing to have someone to talk to through every aspect of their journey. A lot of times my parents weren't home. They were at the hospital or they were away. And so I feel like my siblings and I have gotten very close from that. And we've learned to just appreciate each other as much as we can and spend as much time as possible.
But it's been really, really tough to say, okay, what's the decision here? Can I get out of bed? Can I make it to the car? How far is the car ride? Can I make it to the pool deck? How hot is it in there? What's the noise going to be like? And those are really, really challenging. And when you have a chronic illness, you find yourself getting pretty isolated to begin with. Not being able to go to your kids' things just highlights that more in your mind. And so this has been, I think, the first year of her swimming in high school that I've been able to attend, at least for part of the time, almost every one of her meets. And there were a lot of days that I wasn't sure that was ever going to be a possibility again. So, yeah, it's meant a lot.
The days when my dad is able to come to anything of mine and sit through the whole thing, it means the world to me. My dad's diagnosis really taught our family to live life to the fullest. We've started traveling more, we've started doing more as a family, we've done game nights and family dinners more than ever, really, and I would just say it brought us together a lot more.
I don't know how long I'll be able to be as active as I have been. And then I was fortunate, this past year, my doctor talked to me about some treatment options. One of the treatment options was deep brain stimulation. It was pretty invasive, it was brain surgery. There were 2 surgeries where they implanted some devices in my brain and a battery in my chest. All of this happened to coincide at the same time that Maddie and her friend Lorelei had decided to take on this project to raise money for Parkinson's.
We had to do a capstone project for a graduation requirement. And we knew we wanted to do something to help bring awareness to Parkinson's disease and also help raise money for research because there is no cure currently. We had our first fundraiser in March of 2025. People with Parkinson's, movement and activity is so important. So we decided that pickleball would be a great way to bring it all together.
The event itself was remarkable. They had gotten so many donations from different businesses and organizations. They had over 50 raffle prizes.
And we had a really good turnout. We raised over $13,000 and had like over 200 people come, and it was a really empowering experience for like the community.
To be able to carve out time to put together such an incredible event was just A, so touching, and B, just kind of mind-blowing. Like, I've never seen that level of initiative from someone so young before. I think it's really hard to put into words or to put in perspective, but it was so moving.
For me, it was incredible knowing I had her support, but knowing we had the support of our community around us, the people that showed up. And I think not just for me, for my family, but for the girls to see that they could bring a group together and really have that positive impact. It was incredible.
Because it was a cause that was very close to them, and they wanted to be able to try to be an agent to try to help change it in the future.
It's so meaningful for me to know that I've made a difference in the Parkinson's community and within our communities. And I want to go into the field of neuroscience, which has kind of connected to this whole thing. And it feels really nice to know that like I can make an impact and I can do something to help.
The power of sports is really just incredible.
At the end of the day, she's thrived. We're just so proud of how strong and powerful she's turned out to be.
I think swimming has taught me that like I'm so much stronger than I think I am. And so just like knowing that I can keep going even when it's boring or repetitive and it's hard and I don't want to, like, gives me the strength to do that in other areas of my life too.
To be in the stands and be a part of that and watch her with her friends and see the impact that has and it's had on her and her life and being part of something bigger than yourself.
Swimming has really taught me the value of commitment and perseverance, and I think it's really made me become more of a dedicated person in all aspects of my life, whether that's school or athletics or just like spending time with my family. I'm dedicated to everything that I do, and I think that really started here in the pool.